Welcome, Atlanta Braves fans. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am here with my guy, John from Out of Your Falcon Mind, and his son, Liam. Liam, how you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. Glad to
All
be on here.
right. Well, the way your dad talks about you, you're a superstar. So we got to get into it because I want to hear all
Like,
about
yeah, I'm good.
Liam and his baseball. He may not tell you this, Liam, but he talks about you all the time, man. He talks
I hear.
all the time. I hear about your exploits. I hear about and from what I'm hearing,
Seen a
word
few
on
videos.
so what now?
So yeah, I sent you a few videos. You've seen
Yes,
a few
just
videos.
a few, just a few. But from what I'm hearing, man, you're doing really well. The streets are talking, and they say you're doing well. So, you
Yeah.
know, today's interview is just, hey, man, it's just going to be an interview. The old dudes and the young up and comer, and just feel free and ease back. And so I'm gonna throw a few softballs at you, just a few icebreaker questions. First question: if you woke up 100 years from now, what's your first question? Wake up 100 years from now, what's your first question?
Hmm.
That would be great.
What?
I know what mine would be.
Is Chris Sale in this Hall of Fame yet?
Is Chris Sale in the Hall of Fame? Really?
Yeah.
My first question is going to be, what do they have to eat in this place? I'm hungry. It's been 100 years. I'm starving. All right.
That's true.
All right. Next question. Have you ever had a bad haircut?
I think yeah,
Oh yeah.
they for sure have. Yeah. Shit was sideways one day, man. We
Yeah.
got home and I was like, we're not going that barber ever again.
Yeah.
Because it was just, I mean, it was crooked, like the back was crooked. I was like, how do they look at this and be like, yeah, like that was a good job. I nailed that cut, Like it was not an evidence job.
Worst haircut I ever had.
He's got great hair too.
This I believe it. I believe it. Worst haircut I ever had. This is back when I had hair. Okay, I'm chrome dome now, but back when I had hair, my wife and I were going out to dinner. Something we were going something. I wanted to get a haircut, and you know what? You can kind of tell you're getting a bad haircut when the barber is taking too long, right? So he's doing my hairline, and he'll stop and look at it again, and stop and look at it again, and
You
stop.
start getting nervous.
Right. And yeah, now I'm starting to get a little nervous, right? And finally he finishes and he hands me a mirror, and my hairline was back to here. It looked like my forehead was pregnant. It was off. I was so mad. I was so mad. So I just went to another barber and had him to cut it all off. But I will never forget that experience. I've never gone back there, and I was upset. So
Have,
um
have
go
you
ahead.
seen the haircut that's called? I think it's the Dallas something. Have you heard about it? Heard of
No,
it?
no.
Dallas fade. I mean, look it up. You got it, dude. It's
Dallas
not a good. Let me look it up.
I think I see this.
Dallas. Is it fade? I mean, I don't know. It's something. I just here it is. Let's see if this is it. Yep, Dallas fade, dude. It is not a good look. It's like nothing here, but you got like a mullet in the back.
Let me check it out. Let me check it out here. Hang on.
What a haircut.
You said Dallas fade.
Mm-hmm. If you Google in Dallas fade haircut, you're gonna see it.
Oh wow. Oh. Oh wow. Oh man. That's why would you want to do that to yourself?
I'm not even sure.
Let's see. Dallas fade haircut. Eesh. Oh, right there. Well, hey, if you're gonna pay $30 for somebody to do that to you, more power to you. More power to you indeed. All right. Well, hey, man, let's get into this interview, Liam. Hey, the whole purpose of today is to have fun, relax. It's not a big deal. It's not a test for school. We just want to talk all about baseball and what you love about it. And yeah, we're going to get into it. So, first question for you. Um, it's about an hour before game time, Liam. You got a big game going tonight. I mean, it's a big, big game. What's your routine for getting ready?
Hour before game time.
Yep. What do you eat? Like all that stuff.
I mean, I just drink a protein shake for food.
He
Okay.
has a protein shake with an apple or a banana or something like that prior to the game.
Do you listen to music? Do you, play any video games, or are you focusing on matchups? Like, what are you take me through? Like, I know you have the protein shake, but do you eat anything? Do you listen to music? Do you stretch? Like, take me through what your routine is.
I mean, if the team that I'm facing is playing right at that moment, then I'm watching the hitters and the umpires for the strike zones and the tendencies of how they hit, like off of different areas,
Okay.
and then go stretch, throw, and then start and hit a bullpen before a game.
He would probably listen to music if he was allowed. Once they get on the field for high school, it is not. You can't have a phone, nothing. Yeah,
Okay.
everything is taken away. Now, like for travel, he probably would. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because like he's been relieving in high school, and then like for travel, he'll probably start. So like they'll be two totally different things.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Liam, who's your favorite pitcher right now, and why?
Dang, it's hard. Between three.
Between 3,
Mm-hmm.
what 3?
Strider, Sale, and Schwellenbach.
Okay, so Strider, Swelly, and
And
Sale, right? Okay. Liam, are you a righty or a lefty?
Righty.
Okay, so between Schwelly and Strider, who would you rather be? Would you rather be Strider, who throws it a million miles an hour, right? Or would you rather be Schwelly, who has 6 pitches? Now, Schwelly can run it up there 97, 98, but he has a six pitch mix. I think Strider has 3.
Yeah, I'd rather be Schwellenbach.
Okay, you'd rather be Schwelly. Okay, all right.
More pitches.
All right. So I know back in the days when me and your dad were playing baseball, they didn't have the technology that they do now. They didn't have any technology when I was pitching at all. A camera. That's
No,
about
the team shared one bat. That's like it's an easy thing.
it. They didn't have the technology.
No.
Do you use iPads or any other technology to look at your delivery, or maybe to look at what you did right or wrong during a game?
During a game, no.
Okay. How
I
about
do that after a game. Yeah, I'll have my mom film, and then I'll look over the videos and like look at my delivery, how I finish, all the mechanics that go around with it.
okay?
Now, where we're at for travel, they have the drive line technology like they've used, up in Seattle where it's kind of started. So like he's been like his coach has filmed him before some of that where it's like super slow. I mean, I'm talking about super slow mo. Like you can see every single mechanical, good thing or bad thing, that you can break down. So like he's done that a few times, I think. And then, that's mostly done at the facility. Like during the game, like you said, he'll watch afterwards and some want to see like, how that pitch do or how this guy react to a pitch or something like that.
Okay. Liam, how many pitches do you throw?
4.
Okay. What are they?
Fastball, changeup, I guess a sweeper. I guess it would.
Slurve, sleeper, curve. I mean, like, yeah, it's I don't know. It acts like a curve sometimes, but sometimes it acts like a slider. So we'll just call it a slurve. I mean, like it's definitely 2-plane. It'll go north, south, and east, west. When he throws it correctly, it does them both at the same time, and it's a tough one. He's He's got some really ugly swings on it this year, which has been fun to watch. And then the sinker you just started throwing,
Yeah, sinker.
And he's thrown a few times in the game, right? Yeah, I think he got a ground ball off of it one time, which is what you're supposed to do with a sinker anyway. Yeah, and a strike, and a swing and a miss. So yeah, but the sinker is the newest one we've been playing around with. He joked about learning a knuckleball, but I don't think that got very far.
Not
I'll
very.
tell you what, man. If you can learn that knuckleball, you can make a lot of money. You can
Right.
make a lot of money off that. So let me ask you this: you said fastball, changeup, sweeper, and sinker. As far as pitch allocation, or as far as the percentage of pitches that you throw, would most of them be like? Can you give me a breakdown? Is it 25% fastball, 25% change, or maybe 40% fastball? Give me like a breakdown of how you throw your pitches.
50% fastball,
Okay.
probably 30% curveball, and then 10% changeup, 10% sinker.
Okay.
Now, and that's for high school. If it was travel, it'd probably be like 75% fastball, because he calls fastball all the time.
Yeah.
But travel coach is like he's he will spam the fastball until unless it's just getting pounded. You know what I mean? Like he just lives off of that for the most part, and then we'll go away from it if it needs to. But the high school coach has been a lot more like mixing it up, which has been nice because I've traveled. We're like, man, come on, dude! Like he can throw other pitches. Let's call everything.
I mean, you talked to him about that before the season.
Yeah, it'll be fine. But for high school, like sometimes he's throwing guys first pitch curves. You know what I mean, and like just getting them off balance and everything, which is great because then you can use your full arsenal, and as long as he's locating everything, which most of the time he is. So, that's yeah.
Okay. We've got a little company in the chat. So Brian, I'm sorry, Ryan says, "What's good?"
What up, Ryan?
Last night. We'll get back on track though. And then Ryan says, "Stop making them tell us secrets. You're giving it away." I'm not giving it away because they don't know the rhyme or reason he's doing it, Ryan. That's Ryan. He's a friend of the show. Ryan, the historian, great guy, does all sports. Ryan, thank you for joining us this morning, brother. All right, so let me ask you this, Liam. You guys go 7, right? You guys go 7 innings. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
So walk with me. All right, we're in the Liam verse here. Okay. All right. So it's bottom of the 7th. Obviously, you guys are the visiting team. It's 2 outs. You guys are up 3-2. You're fat. You've thrown the maximum amount of pitches. You're gassed. Okay. The guy you're facing has not hit your fastball all day. He's fouled it off. He hasn't caught up to it. He hasn't been able to do anything. Right? But your fastball is done. You know it. Your catcher knows it. Your dad knows it. The only guy that doesn't know it is the batter. All right? It's 3-2. You know if you lose this guy, your coach is yanking you because that's it. Right? What are you throwing him? Are you throwing him a fastball or are you throwing him something else? Give me your thoughts and why.
Leaning towards changeup.
Okay.
It's because it's easier to locate than other pitches.
Okay.
Because with the changeup, it's going to go inwards and down with how I throw it.
Okay.
So if I start it, say, middle, it'll drop bottom corner in.
Okay.
Be harder to hit.
He's probably not expecting a 3-2 changeup either.
That too.
Let me ask you a question. If you miss, is this going to be a tie ball game? No? And you're not worried about speeding up his bat?
If you miss up. If you miss up, it might be.
If you miss up, but if you start middle, you're not going to.
Okay.
Especially
all right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sounds like you got a plan.
He's confident.
I see. I see. My man's like, hey, whatever. I think he's thinking miss. What miss? What? Miss? Who does that? Who does that, Mr. T-Wil? Miss? All right, we got Carrie in the chat this morning. John, T-Wil, and Liam. So good to see Liam Hope baseball season is going well for you. That is the best producer in the world, Miss Carrie. Miss Carrie, how you doing?
What's going on, Carrie?
All right, Dad, this is for you. You're sitting there, right? You're watching him. It's again bottom of the seventh. Same scenario, right?
Oh God.
You're thinking right along with him, and he throws the changeup, right? And if you know him so well, you can see it coming out of his hand. Are you worried? Are you going to be like, oh, you should have thrown the fastball? Like, where are you in that moment? Where are you in that moment?
Number one, I'm not sitting down. Most of the time, dude, when he's pitching, most of the time I'm standing up. Like I don't want to be around anybody else. You know what I mean? Because sometimes parents will chirp. You know what I mean? And if he's not hitting every spot or whatever, so like it's just safer for me to go by myself somewhere or walk around, and go to left field, whatever.
Okay.
But no, I'll be standing for sure. And I'm always confident, like with him on the mound. Like I'm far more nervous than he ever is.
Okay.
Like when it goes in, like he's normally pretty cool and collected, and I'm instant nervous pretty much, and it's but no, I would be in that situation. I could see him throwing that. I could see him maybe coming with a high fastball, something like that, trying to get him to chase. Even if it's done, you know what I mean? Like trying to get him up over. But yeah, I mean, I would, I would be far more nervous. I'd be, yeah, for sure. And we've been in similar situations like that where he's had to close games, and he's done everything. He started, he's closed, he's mid reliever. He's been like, even this season, he's kind of been like okay, well, we got ourselves in some trouble. Like Liam, get us out of it, type of guy. Like he'll come in bases loaded, two guys on, whatever. You know what I mean? And he has to kind of get him out of the jam. So, and then most time it's worked. So that's been good. I mean, but yeah. Either way, like I said, and I'll probably be that way as long as he pitches. I'll probably still be, standing by myself, nervous somewhere.
Well, Liam's not worried. I mean, he's not fazed by it. So, Liam, let me ask you this question: would you say you pitch to contact? In other words, you're trying to get the hitter to get himself out. You throw it in, so he's gonna, basically it's in on his hand. He's gonna roll over the ball. It's a ground out to third. Or are you trying to strike out as many as you can? Like, take us through what your approach is. Or does it vary?
I used to be a pitch to contact guy when my velo was lower.
Oh.
But now that my velo is higher, I can pitch to strike out more often and trust that I can get him out with a swing and miss. But sometimes, depending on the situation, I will pitch to contact for rollover.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's only been barreled this season probably 3 or 4 times. Like, and like a lot of his, most of his stuff moves. So like, there's some movement. Even his fastball has a little bit of a tail to it. So like, it's not the easiest thing in the world to barrel up. But changeups, I don't think it's got barreled yet. Curveball, but it's funny. Like all of his, like he was saying, like all of his strikeouts have been on his fastball, which is completely new. Like but in the previous seasons, it's been, like he said, pretty much always pitch to contact. He's been a ground ball pop up type of guy. That's just, and it's been effective. And he'll get a strikeout here and there. It's not like he doesn't strike out guys. He did, but this year it's just been it's more of a, he's getting older. He's getting bigger. I mean, he's damn near as tall as me. You know what I mean? So like, it's starting to grow into his body some. And we really haven't even hit the weights as hard as we're going to this coming off season. So it should only even get better from here,
Okay.
So,
man, what a treat, man. I knew John was going to be in here today, but I didn't know we had our future major leaguer, joining the show today as well, man. What's good, Liam? How you feeling, fam?
Pretty good. Just answering some questions.
Hey, get ready for that. Okay, get ready.
To those of you who don't know who this celebrity is, this is Mr. Chris A1 from Day One joining our show. Chris, how you doing, brother?
Hey, man, every day is a great day, man. I'm just a regular guy who likes talking sports, man, just like the rest of us, man.
I hear that.
I think Chris met Liam like what 2 years ago at the
Yeah, man.
He's probably about a
Definitely,
foot shorter.
yeah, I was about to say, yeah. I'm pretty sure you saying he's about tall as you. He wasn't that tall then, so
No,
yeah,
no, he's getting there, dude.
How tall are you, John?
6'1".
Yeah. So it's interesting. Like I saw Liam lift his hand or what, and it looks like he's got big hands.
Yeah.
Looks like he's got big hands, which is good because if you're gonna do that, you can do more with the ball. Not that you can't pitch with small hands, but if you have bigger hands, you can command it to do more. So I noticed that. How tall the doctor say he's gonna be? 6'2", 6'3"?
Yeah. Yeah, he said he probably passed me up at some point. So in that 6'2", 6'3" range. So I mean, he wears a size 13. Like there's no way, like he's got to catch up to his feet at some point. Like it's ridiculous. Right. Like I wore 11. I got his hand-me-downs like a year ago. You know what I mean? Like so.
Oh, wow.
Which is kind of cool. I got a few pair of Jordans I didn't know I was going to get.
I bet you do. That's what it is. That's
crazy, man. I'm a grown man and I wear a size 12, 13, and that's crazy, Liam.
That's what I'm saying. It's like there's no way he's going to stay like 5'10". He's going to keep going up to fill in those 13 size feet. So
it's already got me beat. I'm 5'9".
Dude. Well, y'all know Mike. Obviously my partner Mike. He's been literally like family. Like he's called Mike Uncle Mike since day one. Like he just thought he was real uncle. You know what I mean?
Right.
And Mike got him some custom Jordan cleats before the season. He got him for.
I saw those. Those were dope.
Yeah. So he got them for him for Christmas. Was it Christmas? Yeah. And he was asked. He sent the size, and he was like, "Hey, what size does he need?" And I was like, "Well, he's in a 12 now, but you probably need to go ahead and order a 13." He was like, "Men's 13?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude. Like not like a kid's 13 would be like a small ass shoe. Like no, like a men's 13." He's like, "There is no damn way." I was like, "Yeah, dude. I promise. So go ahead and order the 13." He was like, "Okay." And then like he got him and he put them on. So he's like, "They fit?" I'm like, "Yes." And he was like, "Dude, I couldn't like in my head wrap my hand around like the kid wears the 13." So stupid.
Yeah. Hey man, welcome to the show. We got to do some housekeeping here. Mike Lahutsky says, "Morning, guys." Hi, Ryan. Mike. What up, Mike? MW franchise player says, "What's good, fellas?"
What up, dude?
It's good, M-Dub.
And he says, "Size 13." Yeah, he's going to the league. I hear that. So hey, Liam, let me ask you this question. I know who your favorite Braves player is. Who's your favorite non-Brave player of all time?
That he's seen play?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. I was thinking old. See who have I seen? I've seen everybody.
What's up, Smitty?
What up, Smitty?
Skeens is impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, Skeens is impressive. He is.
That's random. Alcantara.
Yeah.
I like me some Alcantara.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with that one. Alcantara.
Okay. You can't go wrong there. John, same question.
Yeah, I mean I hate to say Skeens, but Skeens is ridiculous to watch. He's fun to watch. Position player, non-Braves player. I don't want to say anybody in the East because screw the East. That's not us. Man, Judge is. I mean, it's hard to say not Aaron Judge too. I mean, like it's just a freaking giant with a swing and a stick is what it looks like. But yeah, probably Judge, fun to watch. Skeens pitching wise. Who was the dude for Cincinnati?
Which one? Pitcher?
Ellie Cruz or whatever.
Well, Ellie's but I was talking about pitcher.
Sonny Gray.
No, the other dude that throws like gas. Or
Hunter
Green. Yeah.
Okay, I can see that. For me, I'm old, so keep that in mind.
Currently at least.
My two favorite players, that I watched. They don't play anymore, but three. Pitching, non-Brave, Randy Johnson. Just nasty. Randy killed a bird.
Oh yeah, exploded a bird.
Randy killed a bird.
That wasn't even that bird didn't even know it hit him. He was in La La Land before it was even.
So it's spring training, right? And Randy's throwing a pitch, and the bird flies over the plate, right? And
it was in between home and it was in between home and the plate.
Yeah,
it was like
And Randy,
that bird pissed off somebody in the previous life.
I don't know what he did, but I know his life ended that day. So anyway, I like Randy Johnson, 6'8", really intimidating lefty. You just didn't want to, but he pitched. He had a nasty breaking ball, and that fastball sat about 96, 97. There wasn't a whole lot you could do with it. Favorite position players that are non-Braves. I was always a fan of center fielders, so I'm going to go Jim Edmonds because Jim could go get it. Jim could go and get anything. And then Kenny Lofton. Just because Kenny could go get it, but Kenny was just a pest. And he ended up being a Brave, but Kenny was just a pest on the bases. Like you couldn't stop him. So those are my two. Liam,
So what? Sorry. Now, if we're gonna go back like I've ever seen like I was just going current players, but I mean, favorite Brave Chipper for sure. That was my my guy coming up. Him and Ken Griffey Jr. I tried to emulate Ken Griffey's swing from a right side, constantly. I would try to do that nonstop. I collected baseball cards like most kids. I've probably got 70 Ken Griffey cards. I would trade other kids for them. And I've got them all in nice little cases and everything. But that was my two guys.
Collection there,
dude. Yeah, it's there's somewhere over here. And then pitching. Even though he did end up pitching for us, I always like watching Billy Wagner, because smaller guy but just nasty, just filthy. And then of the big three, it's hard not to say Maddox, but Smoltz was probably he had that mentality, I'm going to be better than you every day that I'm out there, that kind of guy. I mean, Maddox did too, but Smoltz kind of wore it on his sleeve a little bit more than those other two guys did. But
Smoltz through 96, 97. He could do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he could at the time. Absolutely.
Yeah. Maddox and Glavine had to locate. They had late movement, but they had to locate. But, John could just come out and be like, hey, man, here it is. You know what I mean? Hit it. Well, guess what? Today, fellas, y'all sit down. Watch this. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Sit down. Now, he could pitch. John wasn't a thrower. Okay, he could pitch, but he had the stuff to where if he needed it, he could just come right at you. Whereas the other really had to more so pitch.
Him going from starting to the closing is crazy. To be that successful at both of those roles is nuts.
People don't realize how difficult that is, because it's a different mentality. If you're a starter, you can have a bad inning, maybe. But as a closer, it starts and ends with you. It ends with you. You are the last line of defense. So if you go out and have a bad night, hey, man, it's all on you. And guess what? The microphones are all going to be in your face. The cameras are going to be in your face. So it's a different level of pressure, and not everybody can do that. But, I mean, John is a great athlete. And John plays golf and plays it well from
really
my
well.
So he's, he's a great athlete. So, Liam, let me ask you this. When you are going through your delivery, is it max effort every time, or do you hold a little back? Kind of talk through what if you don't do max effort, kind of tell us why, and just give me your thoughts on that if you don't mind.
Depends on the situation. Again, a lot of times I don't fully do max effort because if you do max effort every time, that's not really healthy for you.
There you go.
Every time. But also, if I can blow it by somebody with 80% max effort and then go an off speed and have it 0-2, and then I can go max effort fastball faster than they've seen, high or inside, it's hard to hit.
Yeah. So you're talking about changing speeds. Well, you're pitching, man. You're pitching. So this talking about variants of speeds in and out, John. I think you're doing it right, man.
He did. His first strikeout of this season actually was similar. Like it was a little bit of a battle with the kid. Like he fouled off a few pitches, fouled off a fastball. Was it a 3-2 count? Or was it
2-2?
2-2. And he reared back, and like he said, like he hadn't thrown Max yet. And he reared back and threw Max for that one, and dude was way late, and it was outside, probably at the knees, fastball, wasn't it? Yeah, and swing and miss, and that was that's how I said. That's how he's got most all of his strikeouts this year has been like on that. But he knows when to kind of hold back and when to come.
Okay. So, Liam, let me ask you this. I know back in my day, it was nothing to knock a guy down. That was nothing. It was a cost of doing business. You lean over that plate if you want to. You're gonna get invited to sit down. Meaning it's gonna be up and in. Within the last couple of years, I've noticed a hesitance to do that. Are you okay with coming inside on a guy if he's standing over your plate? Give me your thoughts on that.
Oh yeah, I almost hit a kid in the chin because he was doing that.
Okay.
He was bent over and on the plate after a high fastball that would have been a strike, and it grazed his chin. Didn't hit him, but it was pretty close.
All right. So,
yeah, he's not afraid at all to go inside. He actually he enjoys going inside. Like he kind of invites guys to crowd the plate.
Okay. All right. So
fun to watch.
Let me ask you this follow-up question. And same at bat, right? You come inside on the guy. Does he back up? Or is he still like, I don't care if you throw at me? Like in that at bat, do you remember what he did? Do you remember if he backed up a little bit or take me through what happened? He did back up?
Yeah.
All right. And when he did that, did you follow up with low and away?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Curveball low and away.
Okay. All right. That's fair. You got to be able to pitch inside.
What's annoying is like some of the umps, a lot of the umps will like it depends on. I mean, every one of them is different, but like most what we've seen in most youth baseball, like most umpires are told like, hey, give him an inch off the plate, give him an inch left, right, up north, south, whatever. You rarely ever see that. I mean, like you have some umps that are calling it tighter than you would see like MLB umps calling the games.
Right.
And it's like, dude, like these are kids learning to throw. Like you got to, like, if it's an inch off the plate, call it a strike. Like the guy needs to be swinging the bat. Now, we're not up here to watch a freaking, like, just train a guy start walking the entire game. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we've had some good ones, but like there's some like, if they don't, if a kid jumps back or if he ducks, or whatever, they'll call it a ball, even though it was an inside strike. They won't give him an inside corner, and it's like, dude, just because a kid jumps out of the way doesn't mean it's a ball. You know what I mean? But we've seen that quite a bit. So it's just, it's part of the game, of course, but it can get pretty annoying when they, don't get calls you're supposed to, because it changes the entire at bat. And you see that in the pros all the time. You see it, with our guys, so.
Okay. Liam, let me ask you this. Who would you prefer to face? A guy who's just a free swinger. I mean, he's swinging at like he's going for the downs. Now, this guy can hit homers, okay? He's not a punch and Judy's, hitter. He can hit homers, but he's a free swinger. He is, from the moment he's in the batter's box, he is swinging. He is going for the downs. Or a more controlled hitter, somebody who's disciplined at the plate, somebody who's not necessarily going to swing at a pitcher's pitch. Who would you rather face?
I prefer the controlled hitter.
Really? And
yeah,
that's interesting. Why is that?
Well, I like to spot up the corners a lot. So a lot of the times, if you go high and inside for a free swinger, that ball can absolutely be killed. You see that a lot in the pros.
Okay.
And I've had it happen to me once.
Yeah, you did.
And then with a more disciplined batter, you'll see them be a little bit more hesitant on the outside pitches because, per se, they might think it's a ball. If it's a corner strike or an outside, it's going to be harder for them to think it's a strike. And also, if you throw an off speed that starts somewhere and then ends another place, then they're more than likely going to back off of it if you start it like at them.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
So basically, like if you make a mistake, you're more likely to get hammered by a free swinger.
Yeah.
I got you.
Okay. That makes sense.
That was deeper than I thought. That I was thinking he was going to say free swinger.
I was thinking that too. I would
Makes sense though.
when I wrote the question, I'm thinking that okay, all right. Well, hey, Liam, I hear you.
I mean, as long as you're getting those corner calls, then yeah. I mean, because
absolutely.
I mean, the hitter will be a little bit more selective about what he swings at. So if he thinks it's going to be, that makes sense. Okay, yeah. I didn't slide on pitch. There we go.
Apparently, me either. Liam, would you rather win an MVP or a championship?
MVP.
Man,
Oh, wow.
just crap all over the team.
Oh, wow.
You have to cut this part from any recruiting videos that we possibly.
Hey man, he spoke from his heart. He wants an MVP. You know what I mean? I guess he's thinking I'll get championships, but an MVP, I get it. I understand.
If you win a championship,
you said what?
If you win a championship, it doesn't mean you're on the team. You could be like on the team for a day and sent down. So
I get that. Okay, so let me modify then. You're definitely on the team when they win the championship.
You're part of the starting five. You're part of the bullpen.
You're part, yeah. Would you rather win a championship or would you rather win an MVP?
Then I would say championship, yeah.
Okay.
All right, that's fair.
So if you're a full contributor, then yeah. Championship, yeah. Gotcha.
I hear that. I hear that. All right, Liam, take us through the steps of your delivery. From each stage, take us through the steps of your delivery. And, if you don't want to share for sake of competition, I get it. But just give us a garden variety, basic wind up to pitch coming out of your hand. Take us through the steps and what you're trying to do.
Well, I mean, I'm out the stretch all the time, so I'm sideways. I don't have any special wind up where I'm squared to the plate or any of that, so I'm sideways on the rower. Then I'll bring my glove in my hand, like you should. Do a little bit of a leg kick towards my right leg and coil the hips a little bit more to get some more leverage out of your legs, and then go sink into your back leg and go to the plate. And I'm more of a 3/4 arm slot guy, so I have
right
that
about here. Right
probably
about
like here.
Okay, like that. All right.
And then I have a pretty powerful leg kick.
Okay. And then
it's just evolved over the years too. I mean, it's been a nonstop. Like funny. We found a video of him pitching at 9U the other day, and it looks completely different. Like not one part of it's the same. I mean, it's and granted, he'd only been pitching for a year at that point because he started pitching. I think 8U kid pitch was when we first started pitching, and
1, 2, 3. That first.
Yes, that's right. That's right. His first ever pitching. He came into club. We weren't trying to use him. It was we were up on this team, and we were like, okay, well, we'll just we'll start the second game, but it was kind of was it bases loaded, I think, and the kid that was pitching was just bases loaded. Like it's 8 years old, so like nobody's throwing a lot of strikes. There's just a lot of walking and whatever.
Yeah.
And so the head coach is like, well, I guess we just put. I was at the time coaching on his team. Wasn't the head coach. I was just an assistant coach. He's like, I guess we'll go ahead and put Liam in. And he freaking strikes out the side, and game over. And we were like, we weren't expecting that. We were expecting him to come in and throw a few strikes. Probably lose the game. Probably, if you walk a guy, game's over. But 1, 2, 3, and we're like, holy smokes! And that was his first ever, pitching experience. And I think that's kind of what sparked his kind of love for it because you're like, man, this is awesome, and then just kind of continued from there. But it was just
And I sucked at hitting.
you didn't suck at hitting at that time.
Not that.
No, and you didn't even suck last year. It just got harder for you because of the way you swing. But yeah, so it was just but he realized last year, like, if I'm going to go forward in this game, like, I want to pitch, so like, and I just want to pitch. So, which is why we switched over to being a PO in the fall. So,
okay, well, that's good. Robert Blackman says, "Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon." Smitty says, "What's up, fellas?" All right. Well, so hey, let me ask you this: are you a pronator or supinator? Pronator meaning, and I know you know what it means, but I'm gonna read it out for the audience. Pronation is the natural inward rotation of the forearm that occurs after the ball is released, aiding in deceleration and protecting the elbow. So some folks pronate. If pronating is inward, then of course supination is outward, right? So a pitcher's forearm rotating outward with the palm facing up at the point of release, often associated with breaking balls. Well, I guess you could do both, but are you dominantly pronate, supinate? Give me your thoughts.
Well, I mean, it depends a lot on the pitch, but
on the pitch you're throwing. Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, if the curveball, you're going to supinate, but with the changeup, you pronate more. I'll say I'm more of a pronator because I also throw the sinker, so you have to pronate a lot with that as well.
Okay. So what made me think of it was last night I'm watching the Braves game, which we lost, by the way, 4-3. But again, as long as we win the series, guys, we're okay. Braves aren't going to sweep anybody. Phillies just took 2 or 3 from the Dodgers, so you probably weren't going to sweep the Phillies. Now you need to get this one today, but as long as you win series, you'll be okay. If you win 2 out of every 3 games you play, you'll look up at the end of the year and you'll have at least 90, 92 victories.
Yep.
So we'll be fine. We got to get this one. But with that being said, looking at the game last night, Grant Holmes, they were talking about I think either a changeup or something off speed, but he was a supinator as opposed to a pronator, and so they gave him a certain pitch, and I think that's how. Was it Grant Holmes that pitched last night, or am I tripping?
It was Grant. Yeah, because I think he developed. I mean, he's the one who I think developed that kick change this offseason.
Yeah.
That's because he didn't pronate.
Yeah. A kick change is when you can't really pronate.
And so that's what got me thinking. But anyway, it's amazing at how we've arrived here at pitching. I didn't hear words like pronate and supinate when I was playing baseball back in the day. So it's just amazing at where we are with that. So all right, next question. When you're holding runners on base, are you quicker to the plate, or do you not vary anything about pitching anyway? Like, give me your thoughts on that. Are you quicker to the plate when you're holding them on, when you got a runner on first and second, or are you the same with your delivery?
I'll change it because a lot in baseball, coaches have told you to vary your looks so that the runners can't catch on to like a groove of yours. So if you're consistently fast to the plate, they're going to figure that out. First move, go. Or if you're consistently slower to the plate, they'll look once again, first move and go. So I'll alternate from quick to slower. I'll also throw in pickoffs as well, just to throw it off.
And he has a slide step he uses too. Like, so it's, whereas he has a fairly, like you were saying earlier, pretty large or high leg kick when high knee raise, I guess you could say. But like, when he goes to a slide step, it's literally just barely pick the foot up, go down the mound, so it's if the guy does run, he's got less of a jump, or less of a chance of, getting it.
Okay.
He's got a pretty sweet little balk move too that never gets called.
It's not a balk.
Let's say it's not a balk, but like it's when he like here's his right leg.
Hey,
Yes.
Chris.
My bad, y'all. Man, Jack Spade had pulled up. Man, he was checking my roof out and making sure everything was strict with that. And then, also my AC unit. So I wanted him to check that out too. So Carrie was holding the ladder for him, and then I said Kirk Cousins, and then she had let the ladder go.
You did not
And
take
Jack
a shot
almost
at
fell
Carrie.
off the ladder, bro.
Oh,
It was
wow.
crazy. It was absolutely crazy,
wow.
man.
Oh,
Sorry
you did
about
not
that,
take a
guys.
shot at Carrie. Oh my goodness.
Huh?
Oh,
No,
oh,
it wasn't a shot at Carrie. Carrie was chilling and everything, but I had messed with her, and then it was my fault. I blame me.
wow.
Sorry, Jack. You know what I'm saying?
I
I know he's listening while he's on the roof.
I know who's going to hear about it later on in that chat. I know that. I know that. John, explain what a balk is to the audience who may or may not know what that is.
Well, it's if you don't come set, like so. Well, that's one way. I mean, like there's multiple ways. So like if one way is if you don't come set as a pitcher. So like when the ball comes into your glove, you have to at least sit for a second. You know what I mean? Like you can't break for more than that. So if you just come to it and then boom, that's a balk. You've got to like come set for a second. The other way is you can explain the one.
Another way is if you move towards the plate and then not go towards the plate. Say you move your left leg towards home plate and then turn around and pick off to first. That's a balk.
That's what he does, but so quickly, like the umps never see it. Like it's his left leg will bend just a little bit toward, and then it'll just spin. And it's like there's been one coach just like, dude, he's balking, and then
One
they get
coach in like 7 years.
I know, and like the guy's like, no, he's not. The umpire's like, he's not. I can't see
Right.
it. And then, but so he just keeps getting away with it. I'm like, well, shit, just keep doing it until you never get caught. You know what I mean? So, but
hey man, Eddie Guerrero said you ain't cheating if you ain't trying.
Yeah, and that's true. Hey, so and for the audience who doesn't know, if a balk is called, the runner advances to the next base. So if you got guys on the second, they go to second and third. If they're on second and third, the runner on third comes home, and the runner on second goes to third. So that's the penalty of a balk. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right. So Liam, when you're looking at a guy and you're trying to assess how you're going to pitch him, and you see that he's a pull hitter, total pull hitter. Give me your thoughts on what you're going to do. And again, you don't look. I don't know that anybody you're going to face is going to watch this show, but to the extent that they do, consider that. But just give us a general idea of how you're going to attack this hitter.
Outside.
Okay.
So if you're going to pull hitter, anything middle in, it's going to be deep left field or line drive, depending on strength-wise. But, I mean, if you go outside and they're a pull hitter, they're either going to pull off the ball completely and miss, or it's going to be a weak tapper to right side of the field or to me.
Okay.
Sounds good. Well, I hope you don't have the umpire that the Braves had last night. So. yeah. As long as you don't get that ump, I think everything will work out for you, brother.
Yeah, it's like I go back and forth. I'm like, yeah, I want freaking robot umps, and then there's times I'm like, no, like that would change the game too much. You know what I mean? It's like,
it would.
No.
It would.
I just want ABS.
Yeah, ABS I think is a good like in between. You know what I mean? Like you can challenge three pitches you can challenge?
I mean, if you consistently get it, then no.
No, yeah, that's right. I think if you keep getting it right, I think you get an extra challenge or whatever.
It's like in football, you can't challenge again if you get it wrong.
Yeah, so like an ABS, like if for anybody that doesn't know, like they tested ABS in spring training this year with the certain games, and only the pitcher, the hitter, and the catcher can challenge it. And so, and there's several times I think we've all seen this in this regular season that we could have challenged the pitch and got it right or got it overturned. You know what I mean? And that changes the entire at bat. Like I said earlier, I mean, so I'll be all for the ABS coming to MLB because it took like seconds. Like it takes like it's not like
45 seconds.
Yeah, it's not like the like NFL replay where you're sitting there forever. And like it's literally just like, okay, yeah, that's a strike. and then move on. Because they use the same technology as tennis uses when have y'all seen like, the ball hits the line in tennis, I mean, it's like down to the millimeter. They use the same technology. So it's like, hell yeah, use that.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
how
I'm
go.
definitely for that because we definitely needed it. We needed that thing. And then it was so crazy because in spring training, it wasn't even available for us to even use like the challenge and everything. So it was just, we didn't even get
only certain stadiums had it. Yeah.
Right. Crazy.
All right, so this question is for everybody, but we'll start with you, Liam, as you are our special guest. If you could go back in time and meet a major leaguer that is no longer alive, and have a conversation with them, who would it be, and what would you ask? And Dad, if you got to help him out, it's just fine.
Who do you think I was gonna say?
Who you're wearing?
Hey, Karen, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm blanking on his name. Jose Fernandez.
Wow.
Oh, good answer. Okay,
Wow.
what would you ask him?
Wasn't expecting that one.
He was a prodigy.
He was.
He was on projection to be like Hall of Fame if he didn't die.
Yeah.
I would have just asked him like, what do you do? I don't know how to explain. Like,
what was his process of basically making it there? Like, what you went through, because he was up at a young age.
Yeah,
he was like 20
and was dominant. And like, I mean, for anybody that didn't see him, I mean, like he was. I mean, we hated to face him as the Braves because like he was just a dominant guy, and just I didn't expect it. He's wearing a Hank Aaron jersey. I thought it was going to be Hank, but pitching wise, like Jose, that's awesome. Yeah.
That great answer, John. Same question.
He was 20.
He was 20.
Yeah,
when he came up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's crazy. And pitching in the big leagues at 20, man. Like that's wild. Let's see, who would I talk to? Chris, if you know, go ahead, buddy. I'm thinking.
I am too. I was going between two guys. I mean, Hank Aaron. I really was going to say Hank myself. So just for obvious reasons. But if I had to choose someone different,
I'll go Ted Williams.
That's a great one.
That was my dad's favorite player to watch.
He's technically dead.
And
he's frozen in the lab.
He is frozen. But I mean, because he was just, I mean, 400 hitter at one time, like fighter pilot, like in perfect vision. I mean, like talk about a life. Like he'd stopped pitching or he stopped playing baseball to go fight in a war, and then was an ace fighter pilot. Then comes back, and is just as good. I mean, like so. Yeah, I think I would.
Last guy to hit 400. Last guy to hit 400, right?
Yeah, man. Ted Williams.
What would you ask?
You know what? Okay, I'm gonna go Roberto Clemente.
All right, hold that right there, Chris. What would you ask him, John?
Man, I don't even. I would have to sit. I mean, just his life experiences. Okay. I mean, of being in like alive at that time. Like I said, during a war, like what's going through your mind? Like you're playing baseball, all of a sudden, okay, off to war. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
we can't even fathom that today. Like the guys that are playing today, can you imagine? I mean, like all of a sudden you're drafted and you have to go to war.
Paul Skeens could do it.
I mean, like Paul Skeens would want to do it. Like he wanted to go to the Air Force, but I mean, like. It's just, I mean, it was just a different time. But another guy too, Bob Gibson. Like,
and you took mine. Okay, that was gonna be Bob Gibson. But go ahead. What would you ask?
You can talk about. I mean, like, I think you and I talked about his stats before on the show. Yeah. I mean, like the amount of innings, and he and Liam and I have talked about him. And like, you look at how many pitches he threw. How many strikeouts? How many wins? Like, I mean,
how many complete
games? I mean, it's like it looks like it's fake. The stats look like you made that shit up. Like, there's no way that could happen. But the dude was just unbelievable. Like today, and never. I mean, that we know of. Had no arm issues. You know what I mean? And through that many. I mean, it's wild.
I think Bob was too mean to have. Like the funny thing I remember. Well, not that I remember, but I'm told about him is. If you hit a home run off him, the next time you better it's almost like you gotta apologize. And I'm serious because there's stories of guys that have hit 1 or 2 home runs off him that got, let's just say, Bob wasn't happy about it, and he let him know they got drilled. This was back in the day. Let me tell you something. Ronald, I'd love to in the Terryverse. I'd love to see a pitching matchup with Ronald Acuna versus Bob Gibson.
Oh no!
It's gonna be some sparks that fly. Okay.
Will they get through the at bat?
No. If Ronnie hits one off of him and does that Ronnie thing,
he's getting one.
Oh, and Ron's gonna do Ron.
I promise you that next at bat, Ronnie's gonna wear one. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Ronnie's gonna wear one. So that would be very interesting. But go ahead, Chris. I'm not trying to be rude. So you said Roy Campanella? No, you didn't. You said who'd you say?
Roberto Clemente.
All right. What would you ask him?
Man, just how was it playing? You know, in the '60s, coming up. You know, being like the first player, I believe, with the Caribbean and Latin American. You know, in descent, and then being able to play in the World Series. I know he won an MVP award as well. In the World Series, just his experiences, and I know he died young too, like in his 30s.
He died in a plane wreck going back to Puerto Rico, right? He did a plane wreck going back to Puerto Rico.
Right. Yeah, so it was that was terrible in a sense. So it just I just would really want to know his experiences and really him just telling his story about, again, his experiences, his teammates, pitchers, racism, everything, so I want to know it all, just being, where he came from and just going through that. So that would be just like a history lesson for me. And I would have loved to, to know his story.
All right. So now I got to change since John took my guy.
Wait, I'll give you credit. Liam just found in '68, dude threw 304 innings with a 1.12 ERA.
That is that is unheard of. That's
28 complete games.
That's crazy. So for me, I'm gonna say two guys. Number one, I'm gonna say Willie Mays because my dad loved him. Shout out to you, Dad. We had many arguments over who was better, Andrew Jones or Willie Mays, and whatever, Dad. I didn't agree because I saw Andrew Jones every day, and he was like, "Oh, Willie Mays," and I was like, "I didn't see Willie Mays, Dad." But I see Andrew Jones every night. And you know what I never saw Willie Mays do? I never saw him do a Spider-Man off the wall, Dad. Dad didn't like that, but whatever. Shout out to you.
Right.
God rest his soul. So I'll say Willie Mays, and I guess what I would ask him is, how in the world did he make that catch with his back to the field? I mean, like a wide receiver, but that ball had to be coming. Like, the thing about the cameras back then, they didn't catch what was going on. That was a line drive directly over his head. You know how skilled you got to be to do that? Like that was a great catch. So I'd have to ask him about that. I'd ask him about
some Joe Schmo doing that for sure.
I'd ask him about hitting, and then I'd like to maybe Satchel Paige, because Satchel Paige into his 50s.
Yeah.
That's the guy's 50s.
Good one too.
In the major leagues. So yeah, I'd love to ask him about that. Just like what was that like? How did you keep your arm? Like, you know what I mean? Because I'm 54 and I can barely walk down the step. No, I'm kidding, but I'm just saying.
I'm about to say, goodness, T-Will.
I meant to say up the steps, but it's because of the fat and the extra person that I'm carrying. You know what I mean? I can't see my shoes anymore. Whatever. All right, so.
But Mountain Dew, brother. I'm telling you, it's the Mountain Dew.
It's not. Mountain Dew's great, Chris, and I'm not going to be convinced of anything else. Matter of fact, when I get off this interview, I'm going to go get me 2 of them, whatever.
and the crazy thing about it, they're going to be 2 liters, not 20 ounces. That's the thing I'm concerned about.
You're not my real dad, Chris. I'm kidding. All right, so let's see. All right, Liam, next question. If you are a major leaguer today, and Liam, I got to keep it real. You're on the Atlanta Braves. Liam, on the Atlanta Braves.
We need to. So.
And your teammate, left fielder Jerickson Profar, It's pop for PEDs.
Mm.
Are you pissed? And if so, in the locker room, away from everybody else, do you let them know about it, or do you just say stay silent? Like, because him being away for 80 games is gonna hurt you. It's probably hurting you now. Give me your thoughts on how, as a teammate, you would handle that.
I mean, I would be mad.
Okay.
Probably wouldn't be vocal about it as much.
Okay. Okay. That's fair.
That's fair.
John?
That's definitely fair.
That's probably. I think that's probably the majority of the reaction of the teammates. You know what I mean? Like they're all probably pissed about it, but they're like, unless you just know them really well. You know, unless some of them have a good relationship with them already. Maybe Ozzy knows him well enough. Like, you know, he'd be like, dude, what the hell? You know what I mean? But,
Right.
but if he's sitting there saying like, man, I didn't know. I swear I didn't know, which is still crazy to me.
It's
Whatever.
not true.
But like
2025, man, we're in 2025, family.
exactly. Like, there's no excuse for it, man. Like, you know, if you're going to take anything, like, it's real quick to say, hey, get team doctor, whatever. Like, am I good? Am I good? Like, are we good to go? That's it. That's all it takes. You know what I mean? So anyway, I don't know we hash all that crap, but yeah, I think a lot of the guys are probably pissed about it. They just, you know, keep it to themselves or whatever, and because you know they can go off on it, but it's not going to do them any good or do Profar any good at the moment. You know,
Don't stress everybody out.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, for no reason. I mean, because again, we're in 2025, guys. I mean, I read it, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I feel like he's remorseful, yeah, but it's just like it just sounds like a lot of irresponsibility. Because again, you could have, just like you said, John, you could have been asking the doctors, making sure everything's good. You said you've been taking things like last year and everything. It's just, I mean, now it's just like everything that you done before you became an Atlanta Brave, folks looking at it like, that's why. So now when you come back, it's like, are you going to be anything like you were last year, that what we was expecting, or are you going to be worse? Like, it's just, it's just terrible. Then we make playoffs, you can't even play. So it's like,
yeah, like that's why you had a career year last year. Okay, got it.
Right. It just really kills the credibility of your skills, honestly.
Yeah. He wasn't
Chris, are you cursing him out? If you're in the locker room, are you cursing him out or no?
Nah, man. Honestly, for me, it would be one of those things where I'd be probably more disappointed than anything. Because again, for the things that I just recently said, and honestly, I mean, yeah, he's still my teammate. I'm still gonna ride for him, but you know, I'm not gonna bash him in the public eye, anything like that. But I just would probably be quiet.
Not in the public, behind closed doors.
Behind closed doors. I probably wouldn't even have a lot to say behind closed doors, because again, what he already knows that he's in trouble. He already knows, you know, saying that he should be feeling terrible, et cetera, et cetera. Me just piling it on ain't gonna do nothing but just add stress to myself and stress to the situation. Honestly, you know, so I think the best thing for her to do just to bow on out, or you know, what I'm saying, revamp your mind for these next 80 games and just come back, you know, what I'm saying, ready to contribute. That's all I can say.
So you just walk up to him, put his hand on his shoulder, just shake your head, give him that.
It's like look. It's that meme. It's that meme to where you got the hand on the shoulder, and you just
and walk away.
Like, he knows. All right, buddy. I mean, because at the same time, it's not like he's been a Brave for a long time. We just got him at the same time.
I don't care about that. So if it's me, I'm cussing him out, and I'm gonna tell you why. Okay. Hey, my father's name was Willie Wilson, and if you knew Mr. Wilson, you would know that he knew when to administer some justice. Okay. I'm gonna tell you why I feel like justice is due. Because the same thing happened with Junior, did it not? Did the same thing not happen with Tatis Jr.?
Right.
Did that? Okay. And then you studied with his dad, right? And he helped with your swing, so to speak. And now, like a year, maybe 2 years later, you get popped from the sun. You knew what you were doing, man. You knew what you were doing. So you're gonna get cussed out from the rooter to the tutor. And I'm gonna let you know, for those of you who don't understand, from Alpha to Omega, from Genesis to Revelations, A to Z, whatever you want to pick, I'm gonna go upside and down, sideways. I'm gonna cuss you out to let you know, when you bring yourself back, sir, you better be ready to go, because what you've done has impacted us, and you knew what you were doing. There's no coincidence that you're hanging with birds of a feather flock together. Fair or not, it is what it is. So I absolutely think he knew what he was doing. I don't think it was an accident. I think it was irresponsible. I think he deceived the Braves, and damn it, he's here now. There's not, sorry about that. There's nothing he can do about it. But yeah, I'm cussing him out. Oh, we having a conversation, and there might not be any reporters there, but we're gonna flip some tables. We're gonna have a discussion. We're gonna have a discussion, because sometimes you need that. I'm not saying that is the response for every case, but this was within his control. He absolutely knew what he was doing. He chose to do it, and now it's gonna hurt it. You miss me with the fake concern. Miss me with the fake apology. You knew what you were doing. The same thing happened to your boy 2 years ago. Same thing. You trying to tell me that's coincidence? No, I'm cussing him out.
Yeah, and I think it's so crazy though. But all the things you just said is the reason why I don't want to, go there. Because again, it's just like, bro, it's just you did know. Come on, man. I mean, I feel like you knew, and I feel like it was just you being irresponsible. You just got in our locker room, our clubhouse, should I say? And honestly, you should already know when you come back. And we're going to tell you that too, though. When you come back, you're going to have to earn your keep in this locker room. You're going to have to earn your keep in this clubhouse. We got you for the next 3 years. For the rest of this season, it should be just you just trying to be the best teammate that you possibly can and help us get to the playoffs and just root us on from there. You know what I'm saying? And come back the next season with more integrity, more, just more everything. Really, because I can go on and on about everything that you need. So just more everything.
Yeah. So guys, this brings up a scenario for me. I'm curious about it. How do you guys feel about traffic cops in the locker room? And when I say that, I mean there's got to be somebody in that locker room that you're going to be accountable to, other than the coaches, right? Like in your team ecosystem, there has to be a guy that's like, guys, let's get it together. Let's go. This isn't acceptable. There's got to be that guy. Or do you guys not think that? Like, I know when I play,
I think they have guys like that there. I think there are pieces in place outside of Snit that some guys that you can listen to. Marcell Ozuna, maybe Austin Riley, Ozzie Albies, depending on in the situation. There's guys that have equity into the Braves. Shoot, Ronald Acuna. I know he has the flash and everything, but these are veterans and leaders in the locker room. So I do believe that there is a chain of command when it comes to that. And I really can see like Big Bear or like and Austin Riley being those guys. Not saying that Matt Olson isn't, but I'm just talking about like some of those original Braves, not guys that came over. I think it is something there.
I think it's Ozzie. I just don't know if Ozzie is a get in your face kind of guy.
That part right there.
But I feel like not every time. But there are instances where you have to check. So we checking that. See, for me, and I welcome you guys' thoughts. For me, that's a closed door meeting. For me, the minute we find out, hey, Snit, if you don't mind, players want to have a meeting, we're going to work this out, I'm going off. It's going to be a closed door meeting. Everybody's going to have their say, but I'm going to let them know in no uncertain terms. Look, man, you let us down. We were depending on you, okay? And you knew what you were doing. Now, we can't do anything about it now, but going forward, you need to get it together. I don't know that we have a guy that, and I don't know what Ozuna is.
Oh, you want a Brian McCann? See, I don't know if we have that.
That's what
I know. I don't know if we have anything because McCann we're probably ready to slap somebody around. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Freddie Freeman, he's been ready to slap somebody around.
Yeah.
So so that's another thing too. Yeah. So I feel exactly what you're saying. Now that type of personality, I'm not sure if we have right now, but I see where you're going with that. Yeah, if Freddie was here, Freddie would have kicked his teeth down his throat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's a few other guys, like I said, McCann. You can name a few others, but
Chipper.
Oh, yeah.
Chipper definitely would have kicked your
Chipper
teeth
would
down.
have. Chipper would have. Well,
there's no Chipper. There's no Chipper. There's no. I mean, and that's so. And T and I talked about it. I think after was it last week? I guess like kind of questioning like, okay, who is that guy? And if it is like,
right,
how is it? Because when you're struggling like this, yeah, somebody has to step up. And like I never thought in a million years I'd be saying Ozuna, but like. You've heard guys talk about, right? I mean, like from where he was, I mean, like
bro.
2 years ago, we're like, man, get him off the team.
Now.
He's hitting 057 after the month. And it's like
he got slaughtered for 3 months straight every day.
Totally. 100%.
So,
yeah. You already had the off the field stuff. Now you suck on the field and you cost this much money. Like, get the hell on. Like, that's what everybody was thinking.
Yeah.
But then now you got guys coming out saying like, man, Ozuna helped me so much with my swing. He helped me with this, helped me with that, like just quietly behind the scenes, like helping him in the locker room, helping him in the tunnel during the games, like looking at, like he was like last night, if y'all saw, he's talking to Tim Hires like constantly.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, damn, like this guy just became a leader, kind of like, out of not out of nowhere, but kind of for fans, kind of out of nowhere, because that's not the type that we saw.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think Ozzy, unless he just has a different side to him we haven't seen. I don't think he's got that, like just sit down and shut up. You're going to listen to me type of mentality.
Right.
I don't know that Austin does. Austin might. Hell, Freddie didn't have it initially. He had to grow into it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it probably assisted a lot by Chipper because he saw Chipper, kind of learn from him or whatever. Liam said a second ago, I mean, Sale's probably the closest thing we got, but not a position player.
Right, he's a pitcher,
I
think absolutely right. I think Liam.
But our pitching group, man, I think all those guys, are kind of like no nonsense anyway.
Yeah,
So you think about it, Sale, Strider, Swelly, even down to Grant Holmes, and who gave us 4 good innings. Shout out to him too, by the way, and everything. So yeah, our pitching staff is pretty good, but yeah, as far as hitters go and batters, I don't think we had that personality. But the closest thing, Ozuna, that's where I'm landing my plane. That's the closest thing I think we have.
Yeah, Ozuna is unk in that locker room. He is unk, but I appreciate it, but you need one guy that's gonna be like, hey man, it doesn't fly that way here, because here's my concern, right? The Braves have signed Alex Verdugo, and I'm telling you, Alex Verdugo is not a Brave guy. He is not. He is not. And when he comes up, if he comes up, you're gonna need somebody in that locker room to be like, "Hey, man, this is how we do it. You need to be on time. You need to do X, Y, and Z." And to the extent that you don't, the performance level goes down. You get what I'm saying? So anyway. Just my thoughts, guys.
And it's so crazy too, just about what you were saying about Verdugo. When that move was made, remember we was talking about it, T-Wil, and they were just like how it all makes sense because the Braves found out about Profar early.
Before, yeah, they did. They had.
And then they started making little moves here and there because they had to cover the behinds. Mm-hmm. And it's just like then all of a sudden the news drops, boom. And then we also had a signing that day, like a little mini signing that day right before the news dropped too. So hey, what's up, Dixon Way? So
what up, Larry? How you doing, man?
Prayers to Larry, man. Prayers to Larry. He had a great stream last night, pushing through. Last night, for those who don't know, unfortunately, he lost his father, man, and
I didn't know that.
Yeah, dearest condolences, man.
Man, Larry, man, I hate that for you, dude. Man, I've been terrible on social media like the last couple of weeks, so I probably missed that. But man, I hate that for you, Larry.
Hey, man, we love you, Larry.
He grinded out last night, though, man. He had a great stream, man. We was there. We was there for him.
And hey, man, that's just that's just dedication to his character, man. I know when my mom passed, I think I might have taken a few days off because I just couldn't do it. So, hey, man, Larry, shout out to you, man. Definitely nothing but love and respect your way, brother. Nothing but love and respect your way.
Seriously, I remember when my dad passed, man. I was still in school. I had to take a month off from school because it happened, and I still was going through classes and everything. And then I was just realizing halfway through the month I was failing, and I was just like, guys, is there any way I can just, recalibrate? Just give me some time to recalibrate. It was like, take 3 months. I said, no. I don't want to take that long. Just give me like about a month. And I promise you, I'll be right back. And I'm glad that, what I'm saying, and shout out to Full Sail University for that, for giving me that opportunity, because I really needed it. And I was able to come back and finish getting my degree and everything like that, graduated, all that good stuff. So, I know how it can be, man.
Oh, it's tough, man. It's tough. I remember when they told me my mom was gonna pass, I didn't want to believe it, because it didn't seem that way looking at her. And they were like, well, she's got, next week, and next week, you know what I mean? And I was, oh my God, it was rough. So Dixon Way, you have my utmost respect, bro. Keep on doing what you're doing. I just want you to know, man, we love you, bro. We love you. We love you. We love you. So
absolutely.
Yeah, man. All right. So Liam, let me ask you this question. You're with the Braves again. Okay. You're with the Braves. A lot of Braves questions. All right. Braves questions. You're with the Braves. This isn't a negative one. All right. But it is Game 7 of the World Series. And at this point, you are an established pitcher, Mr. Liam Yates, getting it in. But the Braves are in a precarious position. They've used their closer 3 days in a row. You started Game 4. No, you started Game 5. Okay. Schnitt comes to you the day before and says, hey, I may need you to pitch 3 innings today, because our starter is probably only going to give us 4 to 5. The 3 innings that you pitch, would you rather them be 5, 6, and 7, or 7, 8, and 9? And why?
I'd probably prefer 7, 8, and 9.
My guy. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Now, why would you pick 7, 8, and 9, Leo?
I mean, closing is easy. It's not easy. It's fun, and also like it depends. Also, am I coming in the middle of an inning or like brand new inning?
You know what? You're coming in second and third, nobody out. In the 7th.
Yeah, I probably still would do that. I've had that situation before.
All right.
Yeah, I still take that.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you this.
That's a gamer right there. That's a gamer right there, T-Will. Put the pressure on me. Put the ball in my hand, Schnitt. And we're gonna go places. That's what that sounds like to me.
Put me in. So let me ask you this, Lane. It's bottom of the 9th. You're on the mound. You throw a changeup low and away. It's a ground ball. Second base. Throws it to first base. Braves win the World Series. You are on the mound for the Braves' 5th World Series at the time. Okay? You're on the mound for it. Take me through your thoughts and the first thing you're going to do when you get off that field.
I mean, I would kind of be in shock.
Right.
If you were in that situation, kind of not know what to do. I mean,
I'd be crying somewhere in a hallway by myself.
Right. You
know what I mean?
You're gonna be down close to the field, whatever, John. You just won the World Series. You just saw your son pitch.
Dude, if that whole situation happened, y'all would find me they'd have an oxygen mask on me. I would be no.
This is somebody, please help Mr. Johnny Yates, please.
Yeah, I mean,
he's having a moment.
Oh man, I mean, I'd be one eye on the field and not wanting to watch, but wanting to watch. No, man.
No, God, talk about the stress. Now I'm gonna ask you this question, right? I'm gonna ask you this question, Liam, and it's kind of pertaining to last night's game. For you, it's top 9, and you have the beginning of the Phillies order, like Rafael Iglesias did last night. Like, how would you have approached those guys, knowing that we could not give up a run? I know it happened with Trey Turner. By the way, I can't stand Trey Turner or Castellano. I know people talk about Bryce Harper, but I kind of treat him like Pete Alonso. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, whatever, and everything. You know what I'm saying? But that doggone Trey Turner, I got some horrible history with that Trey Turner that goes all the way back to them Dodgers. Man. But anyway, yeah, man, Liam, like, how would you approach those 3 guys? You know what I'm saying? Knowing that all 3 of them really could take you deep.
Well, I mean, Schwarber, if you approach him inside, you're asking for it. Put it outside, it's harder for him to hit. Trey Turner, I mean, Rysel left it pretty much middle.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can't really do anything about that. If you're going to put it middle, you got to expect a home run there. I would approach Trey high because he's a shorter guy. So a strike zone would be probably here on him. So, I mean, to get to a high strike, you pretty much have to pop it up. And then Bryce Harper, I mean, he's a freak.
Right.
I don't really know how you would approach Bryce Harper.
Yeah. Blowing away.
Yeah.
If you walk him, you walk him.
Walk him.
Yeah. Hey, that's what Rafael did. He got him though. He got him. You know what I'm saying? He got him. But
and I mean, and you just got to catch him. I mean, like, you'd have to catch him just guessing. You know, if you're going to miss middle, like, they just, you see, we see guys all the time, like, they'll take a strike down center of the plate. It's like, dude, what were you, swing the bat?
Yeah, we took a couple like that last night.
Exactly. And that's like, we're there like, well, in their head, that's not what they were expecting. Because these guys have seen scouting reports. They're going through in their head, okay, he just threw me this, he just threw me that. This is probably going to be this pitch. And then sometimes they just get surprised by it. And that's why you see guys just stare at a 95 down the center of the plate sometimes, because that's not what they were expecting.
Right.
And it's like, if you already have in your head, like, this is probably not going to be 95 down the center, then you're not going to be starting your swing, Right. And like, you have a 0.013 seconds to make up your mind if you're going to swing or not, So like, you get some, that's why you get some of those weird looks. But yeah, that's a tough 3 to face, man, to close the game out. I mean, I was in my head, I was doing the math when Harper was up in the 7th. I'm like, okay, so how do we need to do this so they're not back up in the 9th?
Right,
and of course,
right.
Didn't happen. But yeah, that sucked.
Yeah, man. Even on that home run for him, it was like when the ball got thrown, I was like, and then he got a hold of it.
Yeah,
that's just right. Are you talking about for Trey?
Probably Trey. I'm guessing. Yeah.
Yeah, that one to Trey, I knew it was gone. I honestly, I knew they both. There's a sound. There's a sound that, you know what I mean. And when contact was made on both, I'm like, okay, that's gone. That's not coming back. So I don't know. Guys, same question to you, John. You're on the mound. It's 9th inning.
Oh wait, you didn't say what you do after the game.
You did.
First thing you do after the game.
I mean, the first thing you do when you come off the field. First thing.
You come off the field.
I'll find you.
There you go. That's what I was.
There you go.
That's what I was doing. And I can tell you, Dad's gonna be in tears, Liam.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Dad's gonna be no good for the world.
Yeah. You probably have to hold him up.
100%. Yeah.
He's gonna be in tears. That's
oh man, you want to talk about something that's just, it'll be absolute dream, man. That would be cool. That would be cool.
That'd be outstanding. John, same question, man. You're on the mound for the last out, Braves 5th World Series. You're there. What are you doing? What's going through your mind?
I mean, just extreme euphoria, probably relief. Like, thank God I got through those last 3 innings. I didn't, you know what I mean? I won the game. Probably charging my catcher, jumping in, or vice versa. He's probably jumping in my arms, whatever. You always see that. But yeah, I mean, without a doubt. And then just like, you see so many guys that when they're asked that afterwards, they're like, they always say like, oh, I don't know. Like, they can't describe it. It's just like, I don't know what's going through my head. It was just happiness, just happy that, I got through it. It was over. Just euphoria. Yeah, that's it. Like, I remember us watching the when 21 when we won. When it goes to Dansby and kicked over, it's like
I didn't even know what to do.
yeah, we were just like, what do we do? You know what I mean? Like, and we were just watching the game. You know what I mean? So it's like as fans, but but yeah, for sure. And yeah, for coming off the field, finding my wife, family, yeah, of course, that's the first thing you're looking for coming off the field, without a doubt.
That's awesome.
See what I'm saying? See, I'm no good. I'm no good when we win championships, because when we win championships, everybody got to know, because I'm the guy that's going to run outside screaming at the top of his lungs, saying, "Yeah, we're the champions. Yeah, get some."
But Chris, you're on the mound. You're on the mound. So same question. What are you doing, Chris?
First thing I'm doing when I get off, probably all those things I just said, running around, getting crazy, saying we are the champions.
Chris is throwing his glove in the air, taking his jersey off.
Oh yeah, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm flinging my hat, you know what I'm saying, to the nearest fan. You know what I'm saying? You can have that. That's you right there. Throwing my jersey in the stands too. You can have that. Whoever grabs that. We the champions. I'm running around. I'm grabbing Gatorade, throwing it on everybody. I'm tackling people. We out there wrestling, all kind of crazy stuff going on. We are the champions. We can do whatever we want. What do you mean? Can't nobody take this moment from us, So I'm gonna have fun. I ain't gonna lie. And we're gonna have fun as teammates.
Yep.
So if I'm on the mound and the Braves win the World Series, my thoughts are, I can't believe I just threw 15 changeups in a row and got away with it. and then I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna retire because my back is killing me. I can't believe I'm still at 54 and I'm so fat. Oh Jesus, wait, is he gonna make the throw? Oh, thank you God, he made the throw. Hallelujah. I really want a Mountain Dew right now. We are the champions of the world. Yes.
T-Wil, let me tell you something. I hate to hit you with this, but sir, the standard is the standard. And that's not the standard. If you're going to be a part of this Braves organization, you're going to have to shape up, or you're going to be shipped out. Okay.
Hey, man, who was that fat dude that pitched for the Mets? He pitched for us at one time.
Cologne.
Yeah.
Bartolo. Yeah.
I'd be Cologne. That's who I'd be. I'd be fat ass T-Wil.
See, but Cologne didn't start out that way. I remember Indians Bartolo Cologne.
54, dude, I'm 50. We're talking like present day. First off, it'd be a modern day miracle for a 54-year-old pitcher to still be pitching. But I'm not going to be throwing fastballs. It'd have to be change-ups and curveballs, and they'd have to have movement out of this world to be a closer, right? So I'm trying to be realistic in this fantasy. I'd be thinking, I cannot believe that I got here and I'm the closer and I don't have a fastball. Holy shit. We just won the World Series. Easy, guys, because I know I'm retiring and my back is killing me right now. And why are they piling up on me?
If you're not going to have a fastball, you're going to be throwing more than chains up, man. You better give me a fork ball or something out there.
Okay, right. So look at Liam. Liam's the starter. We're on the same team. Liam taught me my sweeper, and it's my sweeper and my changeup combo that's working. And they're wild. Anyway, this would never happen. So anyway, I'm excited. I'm excited about it, and I'm like, oh my God! And then
okay, T-Wil, where's the first place you're going? And you can't say the drive-through. So where you going?
What do you mean I can't say the drive-through?
You can't say the drive-through. Yeah, I gotta make you think.
Run out of it. All right. So I just won the World Series, right?
Right.
All right. So I guess I'm calling up the wife. I'm taking all my friends. So that you guys, everybody on this panel, Dixon Way, everybody in the chat, we're all going to Ruth's Chris. I'm written out Ruth's Chris for that day. We're all going, and I'm a pitcher now. So I'm at least making 4, 5, 6 million. Everybody's comp for that day. We're going to Ruth's Chris. We're going to have the best steak. Not well done.
I was just about to say, is well done steak allowed or?
No.
He said, not if I'm paying.
No, you tell the door immediately if that happens.
For that day, I can't have heavy liquor, but I'm going to have a whole lot of wine, man. Oh my God. It's and I'm going to, oh yeah. And as a prerequisite of coming to Ruth's Chris to celebrate, you're going to have to get drenched. That's the only thing. You don't have to pay for anything, but you're not going to leave dry. You need to know that coming in the door, okay? And since Liam's on the Braves too, Liam, we can split the bill. I'm just saying. There's a whole lot of folks going to Ruth's Chris.
I was just saying, hey, man, you doing your thing.
That's going to be a big-ass bill. Okay? So,
Dixon Way said no well done steaks at Ruth Chris anyway. They say you ain't got to worry about that.
That's true. They'd be like, what?
What you talking about? You say you want a brick? That what you want? You want a brick? Got you.
Liam, we thank you for joining us today, man. You're truly the star of the show. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
I want to come out to. I know you're doing travel ball later this year, so if you guys get out to McDonough, Liam, I'm gonna make a commitment. I'm gonna come check you out, man.
We're probably gonna be down there.
I'm gonna come.
Oh shoot, yeah. Let somebody know. I'll try to pull up myself too.
Yeah,
we're all over Georgia at this point.
Okay.
Yeah,
we're going national soon. Just saying.
We're going to Clemson.
We are going to Clemson.
Okay.
Cool.
Dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
The last tournament of the season, we got this team got invited to this tournament up there, so it'll be playing on Clemson's university baseball field. So that'll be a pretty cool experience for them. Yeah, man. So that'll be fun, and we'll probably. I don't know if we'll go for all 3 days because he's just pitches, so we'll probably find out what day he's going to pitch. Go up there for it, and it's a short drive. Come back, but yeah, it'll be fun, man. It's going to be a good season. We got 2 games left for high school next week, back-to-back games. That's it. And then travel starts next Saturday or next Friday. Actually, it starts Friday, Saturday. So
that's awesome.
Right into it.
Yeah. How old are you, Liam?
14.
Well, let me tell you, you are an impressive young man. Very impressed with your maturity, and to sit here and listen to me babble on, I gotta give you nothing but props. I'm looking for great things for you, and I know your dad is well invested. And because we know your dad and love your dad, that means we're well invested. So we want to see you do well. So let me tell you something, buddy. When you get out there, you kick some ass and take some names, and you keep on doing it, man. Because let me tell you something. I like your attitude. I like the fact that you're confident. I like the fact that you think through pitches, and I like how you approach the game, man. And let me tell you something. Don't ever let anybody tell you you can't do anything. You can do anything you put your mind to. And I believe that you can do this, and the sky's the limit for you, sir. So very nice to meet you, young man. I'm excited for your future. And hey, John, you just got to let us know, man. Keep giving us the 411. We got Debo vibes in here. What up, Debo?
Doing, man? What up, Debo?
Hey, John,
continue to just remain humble. You ain't got to worry about any trash talk, because you know what I'm saying. I got you on that, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hype you up and all that stuff like that anyway, man. It's like, that Liam Yates had a great night. Like, what you mean great? It was phenomenal. What are you talking about? Get your mind
fantastic. What do you mean?
What are you talking about? All these average pitchers out here. Now we're talking about Liam Yates here. What's wrong with you guys? Be banging the table and everything right here on A1 Forever Sports.
That's right.
There you go.
That's right. John, tell these folks where they can find you.
Yeah, man, y'all can find us out of your effing mind on Twitter, talking about Falcons and sometimes Braves, sometimes just nonsense, depending on, I've been following a lot of the retro stuff recently, like retro games, stuff like that. It's been like, just from our childhood, it's crazy. You'll see like some of the stuff pop up. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. So tweeting some of that stuff. Follow us on, I think Mike's going to get back to posting. I think he told me, he took a little break, just complete break from social media, but I think he's going to get back later on this month. So he'll be back on TikTok. That's basically. And if y'all still want to subscribe to Out of Your Falcon Mind, feel free. We'll be live the draft night. So we're going to come on a little early, probably 30, 45 minutes before the draft starts, so Mike and I can just chop it up and kind of, it's been a while. So, anybody wants to come in and talk Falcons. And Liam will probably be there for a little bit. But I don't think Mike's going to stay the entire draft, because if y'all know Mike, he does not know a single person in this draft. So he's going to sit there and not know, like, he doesn't watch college. So like when he draft a player, like he'll go look at highlights so he can get familiar with it. So like other than that, he'll have no idea who we're going to draft. But he'll be there for a little while, probably until we draft our wherever. If we pick at 15, he'll be there until then, and he'll probably take off. But and then we'll have a bunch of guests coming through. So, feel free to come by. And like I said, we're looking forward to it, man. So that's just a couple of weeks away too, the 24th, right? So,
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
and,
actually 2 weeks away now because the days, it actually.
that's right.
Yeah, so you're right. Well, John, man, hey, man, I cannot thank you enough, brother. Chris, tell these folks where they can find you.
Hey, man, A1 Forever Sports. That is the platform on YouTube. Please come over, like, comment, subscribe, man. Hawks, Braves, Falcons, of course, as well, man. Also catch me at the Hawks Digest as well, too, man. Over there, growing that channel, me and Walter Pollard, giving you the Hawks news when it drops, rumors, whatever it is pertaining to the Hawks. You can catch me over there as well. And, TikTok, The Real A1 Forever, Instagram, A1 Forever. And, of course, Twitter, A1 Forever as well. Hey, man, it's always great talking Braves or just, with you guys. It's been great having Liam on, getting his perspective, as a 14-year-old phenom playing travel ball. Hey, man, it's just things that just great to see, man, from our youth. And, man, salute to you, sir. And congratulations on all your future endeavors, your future accomplishments, because I know you're going to have plenty. And again, T-Wil, always great doing a show with you, man. So let's just keep this thing going. Shout out to the Dixon Wade. I'm pretty sure he's going to be doing the Braves tonight, and Swelly's on the mound tonight. So
let's go
for a treat, man.
Let's go. Guys, everyone in this chat who joined us, we thank you. We appreciate you. Couldn't do this without you. Guys, what is so amazing about this interview is I threw questions at Liam that you would ask grown men. And he didn't flinch, and he answered them all, and really had very little help from Dad. So I know that Liam has it from the neck up. Because again, I didn't. These weren't softball cutesy little. Tell me about what a curveball is. And these were thought provoking questions, and he answered them. So when I say I'm impressed, I'm like I really want to come see Liam now. Because I know upstairs, Liam knows what he's doing. Liam knows what he's doing. So, hey, man, Liam, I cannot thank you enough, brother. I appreciate it. You are welcome on the morning. Obviously, your dad's on there, so you're welcome. But you're welcome to come on my channel anytime you want, Liam, and we can talk about baseball, whatever you want to talk about. I'm not kidding when I say I'm very impressed with you because I did not ask questions for a 14-year-old kid. I asked questions that I would ask Chipper or anybody else, and you answer them like a champ, buddy. And again, don't let anybody tell you what you can't do. So I want to thank God for waking me up. I want to thank Jesus for allowing me to do this podcast. Last but not least, I want to thank Eric Parker and Jack Spade for giving my start in this business. Guys, if you get a chance, please check me out at For My ATL Sports 1 on YouTube. The number 4, My ATL Sports, the number 1 on YouTube. Or hey, just grab the link below. Like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends about it. Great day, everyone. Appreciate everyone who joined us. You guys have an amazing day. And I will be back tomorrow morning with my counterpart, Debo Vibes, and, of course, Jack Spade at 9 a.m. Great day, everybody. Go Braves!
Yes, sir.
When we see you.